All right.
Well,
CHR postgame show. It is that Saturday night.
Final home game of the season. Patrick Maroon's last NHL hockey game. Same thing with Alec Martinez. He's not going to get in. Yeah.
No, they're both done. Yeah.
I don't know why that was so funny to me. Blackhawks fall to the Winnipeg Jets at home 5-4 in a shootout of what was honest. Justin, I'm excited to hear your thoughts a little bit more. I was pleased with the effort, to be honest with you, personally. I don't know.
No, I don't think you could really ask for much more. You're playing the President's Trophy winning Winnipeg Jets. I mean, I don't know if they clinch up this win, but they definitely make it so where it's pretty much theirs to lose, and they definitely clinch the number one spot in the West, right? So they have the best playoff seeding, the best path to the Cup there. So yeah, I think to put up that type of effort against them at home, it's great. But that's what you want to see, right? It's your last home game of the season. Obviously, it hasn't been the season that we wanted, that we probably expected. Maybe it's a season we should have expected, but a lot of the same as last year. But I think, look, you put up a pretty good effort against one of the best teams in the league. Regular season, that is. I'm still not really moved to this Winnipeg team come playoff time, but we can get into that in another segment. But no, I think from the Blackhawks perspective, losing a shootout, shootouts are coin flips, man. It's like why these are still a thing. In the year 2025, we're using that to decide hockey games, played 60 minutes plus, skills competition. It's beyond me, why that still exists, but got to, get the casuals involved in the game, right? So, but no, I think it was a fun hockey game. About as entertaining a Blackhawks hockey game as you can get out this season for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm pretty anti-shootout too. It's like
I hate it, man.
Play 3-on-3 for 10 minutes, and if nobody scores, that's a draw.
Yeah, like it's such a dumb way to decide a hockey game. There's a reason the shootout wasn't invented till 2005 or something, or at least it wasn't brought forward to the NHL until 2005. It was definitely a thing before 2005, but you know what I mean. I just no, come on, like decide the hockey game. 5-5, 4-4, 3-3, not these breakaway challenges. This isn't the all-star skills comp, but it is what it is. I'm coping. If we won this game, I'd be like, hell yeah, man. I remember Kane Taves back in the day when they'd always be scoring the shootouts. I'd be on my feet. So, when you're on the opposite end of it, obviously it's easy to harp on it. But no, I mean, I think the best part of that shootout, though, is, while we do come up short, who's scoring that shootout?
Dude, we're not, you cannot do consolation goal in the shootout talk.
Oh, yes, you can.
No
yes, you can.
way.
When you're the second to worst team in the league, you can do consolation shootout goal talk for your 19-year-old phenom.
I'm pretty sure there's been slander in the show before. Oh, Betsy, like we put him in the shootout, but he never scores in the shootout. So it's like, yeah, if he scores in the shootout, I'm going to give him his due.
Do they hate on him for not scoring in the shootout?
He's been clowned. He's been clowned before.
On here, I know for a fact that's been said at one point, but that's why I bring that up. But no, good for Betsy to get one. Obviously, it'd be nice if we could come away with the dub. Teravine and Donato with other shooters, and Tavo obviously hasn't done anything in weeks. So, not really surprising he does nothing in that shootout. But Donato too. But I understand that he had a goal in the game and he's been our best player. So, but the Tavo one, it's like I would have rather had Pat Maroon up in the shootout.
Why are you not letting Pat
just
Maroon
for the
take
fun,
a shot?
just for the vibe?
It's his last game of his career. Why? it's literally does not make any sense to me why you're like
The shootout's a joke anyway, so just put out Pat Maroon, right? And it's like, dude, he has hands too. Like, I think he'd have a better shot of scoring than Teravainen. It's been Mr. Casper the Ghost the last
He
few
has
weeks,
been
so,
he's been dreadful.
yeah.
He's been dreadful. Dude, I guess I understand like why you don't play Pat Maroon in overtime. Just because I like how slow he is, and also
just the way he plays,
also it's overtime. Like it's still the game, you know. Like you're still even though it's 3-on-3, you're still playing. But when you're in the shootout at this point in the year, what are you doing? Why?
No, send Martinez out there too. It should have been Bedsy, Maroon, Martinez as the three shooters. And you know what? I bet you we would have won the game. How funny is that? I bet you at least one of them would have had like a Malik type of goal that you don't expect. And would have come away at the top. So it is what it is. Again, it's always if, right? But just for the fun of it, I think that would have been pretty cool. Cool way to send those guys out, which maybe that's where we should start. Beyond that is just, obviously the last career games for Maroon and Martinez. So legendary careers for both of them. Probably both of them had better careers than would have been expected. Neither of them were necessarily highly touted prospects, of all the talent in the world, but they both kind of stuck it out. Old school hockey players. And that's what Ping said in the broadcast, right? Effort, right? I think both of those guys just played the game the right way. Good role models for a lot of the young kids of this Hawks team to look to. So, both of them 3-time Stanley Cup champions as well.
6 Stanley Cups between the two of them.
Yeah,
is crazy.
How about that, right? Yeah, both of them obviously end with the Hawks, but both of them were rivals of the Hawks at one point too, especially Alec Martinez. I think it would have been pretty funny if during his tribute they put that 2014 goal in there.
Dude, that
was probably the biggest goal he scored of his career outside that cup winner against the Rangers, and it was left out. But I can kind of understand that because I think he may have been booed if they end up showing that goal in there. And then Maroon as well. I mean, this is kind of his second coming there because obviously he got a lot of flowers in his St. Louis game where he announced it though, but. Both those guys, you could definitely see the emotion throughout the game. Even the national anthem before the game, like you could see it. So obviously it's a tough moment, but I think both of them, will definitely still have futures in hockey, whatever way that is, coaching, whatever. I think both of them are good hockey minds and will be involved, I'm sure.
Yeah, emotions were definitely high, but it was cool for the Blackhawks organization to put together those videos, like even of highlights on their past teams.
Yeah.
Cool moment.
Well, they don't have a lot of highlights of the Hawks to choose from, so yeah.
It's true. I will say though, like of those highlight videos, like they just looked so much better in a Blackhawk sweater, just because our jerseys are the best in the league and just look so
anybody
much better.
Could look good in that jersey, right?
Yeah,
no, I definitely agree. I think the Hawks, classy job there. I think they even got their due after the game too, a bit of ovation. So handshakes, all that. So no, I think classy props for sure.
And also respect to Winnipeg for staying out there afterwards to shake hands with both of them. Cool moment. Yeah. Why we love hockey, obviously.
I think it's pretty funny that they also play their last games of their career at home at the UC. Both of them saw an upcoming Canadian road trip and were like, nah, I don't want to deal with that, right? I think it's a good way to end. I think for Maroon is very poetic too, because his debut game 14 years ago was also at the United Center. So to start and finish at the same location, I think everything kind of came full circle there for him. And I don't know Martinez debut, but you'd rather your last game be a home game than away. Yeah.
Martinez did not. Did Martinez also debut at the United
I don't
Center
think so. I would have known that. No, I have no idea where he
I would have known that.
You guys want to hear something funny?
What's something funny?
Patrick Maroon was named the first star of the hockey game, and Alec Martinez was named the second star of the hockey game.
Damn.
Who was the third star back? It was just those two.
Alec Martinez is like, what you saying fuck me for?
Yeah,
like,
you couldn't like do like a
first star?
Yeah.
First star of the game.
Well, I even noticed throughout this game, it definitely felt like it was.
They're like, hold up, sorry. They were like, no, Patrick Maroon had 3 shots on net tonight. He's getting the first star. Like
this whole night, it felt like it's Pat Maroon's final game. Oh yeah, that's also Martinez's final game. Like there was definitely more emphasis on Pat Maroon than Alec Martinez. Maybe it's because of 2014. That's the case where it's like, oh yeah, we don't want to bring that up too much, right? Because a lot of Hawks fans probably don't like this guy. So yeah, and Pat Maroon, everybody loves Pat Maroon, right? Well, if you don't like Pat Maroon, you like Pat Maroon.
We knew Pat Maroon was retiring like a few weeks ago. Yeah. I didn't know Alec Martinez was even going to be in the lineup tonight. So I think we
found out today.
Yeah. So I think it was kind of thrown together, and so that I would assume that's why. But yeah, cool for them to both get their send off. Disappointing to not get the win for those guys, obviously.
Yeah, you would have liked that.
But what are you going to do? Dude, I know we should start like not with this, but I watched that game and I thought to myself, the Winnipeg Jets are not winning the Stanley Cup this year.
Yes, no, they're
literally,
not.
literally not a chance in hell that team's winning a Stanley Cup. I'm sorry. I know they play really good defensive hockey, and Connor Hellebuck's a great goaltender, and that team.
The regular season merchants, man.
The President's Trophy. That team fucking sucks.
That is not the team that's going to break the President's Trophy curse. I guarantee you, it's not going to happen. There's a reason they're first round exit every single season. And I think Connor Hellebuck, he was starting to look like a playoff form there for him today. I know he made some big stops, but like there's also some goals in this game where it's like, what in the hell are you doing? Dude, like that first goal from Nick Foligno. It was like a 2015 Ben Bishop moment. He's like,
yep.
He's like at the blue line outside the crease. Like, where are you going, dude? What are you doing?
Dude, and it was his second time in like 10 seconds. He skated that far out, and it was like, buddy, what are you doing? Like,
where are you going?
Trees. I don't know. It literally, that first period for Connor Hellebuck to me felt like, man, fuck it. Like, you know, he was just like, he's in Chicago. Why did he start tonight? Why did he play? If you're the Winnipeg Jets, that's the most unserious thing in the... I literally can't comprehend. Like, if I was a Winnipeg Jets fan, I would be fucking furious that Connor Hellebuck is starting this game. Why?
Actually, you know, they clinched the first spot in the West today. Actually, you know, that's the reason they started him, right? They didn't mail this one in.
Dude, yeah. They were 6 before this game tonight. They were 6 points above Dallas.
They were gonna have it. Yeah.
Why are you starting Connor Hellebuck?
Yeah, overall Hellebuck, that's a 31st place team. That's a game he definitely needs to be playing, right? Definitely don't rest your goal you play 70 times a year that never comes back to bite you in the playoffs in a hard-fought 7-game series and gets shelled against a team like the Avalanche. That never happens, right? No, it always works out great for them. So, look, you know, yeah, they have more points. They pad the stats. They're good. And another good padding stat game for them, a game they totally needed to get 2 points out of. So, you know, and you barely do against this Blackhawks team. So, yeah, that team is totally going places in the playoffs. Against the Dallas or Colorado, they get walked by both of those teams, right? I mean, hell, even if they play the Blues or the Wild in the first round, I could see them being a first-round exit yet again. I think Kirill Kaprizov could drive the Wild past this team, and the Blues have been rolling. I know I'm shitting on the Jets right now. I'm mostly just pissed off. It's like we were so close to the perfect Blackhawks hockey game to conclude the year at the UC, and they just had to block us there, man. But yeah, it is what it is.
All those things you said were true, but the reason why I do not think that they are going to win the Stanley Cup this year is they just simply do not have enough high-end talent. Like,
you don't think KFC's enough there? No, you don't seem like a big KFC guy.
I'm not a big KFC guy. I know, and
you prefer Popeyes?
Yeah, I'm a big Popeyes guy. They've got these like new pickled. Anyway, I just like the high-end talent is not enough there. It's like, you know, your second line is like Perfetti and Nemestikov, and it's like you're gonna win a Stanley Cup with these guys. It's like the Florida Panthers have fucking Matthew Tkachuk and Sam Bennett and Brad Marchand on their second line. How are we like? I don't know. Such regular season merchants. If you're picking them to go past the second round, you don't know puck. Sorry,
they're on
argue with the wall,
right? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're absolutely on fraud watch there. I could totally see it. You know, they got one functioning line of offense, then the rest are just like copy pasta. Here's the same defensive dump and chase, yada yada. Like, we'll see how that pans out in the playoffs.
It's just survive. Yeah. It's just it's one talented offensive line, and then it's just 3 lines of survive and get off the ice.
NPC hockey, right? Where it's like you turn the controller off and shell and just let the AI do it, right? They had the good structure there, but it's like we'll see how that structure pans out come playoff time. But again, we'll see. Yeah, this could easily come back to bite us here. This little talk here, but I'm not really that moved.
Justin, if they have massive success in the postseason this year, I'm gonna start thinking less of the game of hockey. I'm gonna be like, what happened to the game I love? I'm serious, dude. Dude, this team is so bad. Like they're the best in the league, and it's like they've got an amazing goaltender, one line, and a good defense.
Dude, if they didn't have Connor Hellebuck, imagine what the record would be. Like, he should. In all honesty, if the Hart Trophy has any meaning whatsoever, if we're actually going by most valuable player, it should be Connor Hellebuck's trophy to lose, right? Without him, there's no way this team has won 55 games, 114 points, President's Trophy. Like, there's no shot. Without Hellebuck, they'd be screwed.
Whose bottom 9 would you guys rather have? The Calgary Flames or the Winnipeg Jets?
Well, I don't know about that one. Well, I mean, I guess the Flames have depth though. Like they have some depth pieces, but they don't have any star power whatsoever. Which the Jets do have some.
What are we doing right now?
We're slandering
They
the
got
Winnipeg
Connor.
Jets. We're slandering the Winnipeg Jets and either clip farming for when they win the Stanley Cup this year, or just telling everyone I told you so that this team was dog shit. I know they did not care about this game at all. Connor Hellebuck was straight up playing Chell tonight, but still. I hate that team. And I'm going to pick them to lose the first round. I don't care who they play.
For a team that's so good, it's like they're just not that fun to watch. Like for whatever reason, they just don't move me. I don't know what it is.
It's because
maybe just because it's Winnipeg.
They
nobody likes Winnipeg. It's there's a reason that's a destination that's like the least liked in the league to go to. Because like besides the Jets, it's like there's really nothing in that city that's relevant at all. It's just a bunch of nothing in Canada. So the best part about Winnipeg is that it was the birthplace of Jonathan Toews. So I'll give him that. But that's about it. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I'm sorry. I don't think Adam Lowry is moving the needle for Winnipeg this year. But best of luck to them in the postseason. It'll be really fun to watch. I'm just kidding. It won't be really fun to watch, but we're going to watch and stream them all here live on Chicago Hockey Radio. All right, let's get into the team that matters. The Chicago Blackhawks, second to last from the bottom of the league. Some positives tonight. I was happy with the effort. We obviously mentioned the first goal, Nick Foligno getting on the board from an absolute head scratcher from Connor Hellebuck. But then the second one was, which one was the second one? Who had the second one?
Bedard.
Oh, Bedsy. Yeah, on the power play. Finally, the first power play unit gets it set up in the offensive zone. What's the difference? Is it Renzel at the point? Is it Frank Nazer on there?
He's the quarterback.
Finally, I said to Tassos like right after we scored on the live stream, I was like, this is the first time I have seen the first power play unit pass the puck in the offensive zone in like 6 or 7 games, I think.
Was that the first time they scored in like 14 attempts or something? Like they hadn't produced in forever. I think they finally moved Frank Nazer up to the first unit. I think 50 games too late. I don't know how it took them this long to figure it out. It's like, oh, that's a guy who could get the puck in the zone and facilitate it. Fantastic job there. Sam Renzel, by the way. Oh, that's going to be a power play quarterback of the future right there. Yeah. Finds Bedsy for the 1T on the good old OV slot. He's got a hell of a one time. We've hardly seen it this year, right? Mm-hmm. And when you do see it, it's like that was a hell of a shot. Good to see him get on the board. Not the only goal he'd have today. Regulation goal, shootout goal, assist. Great game for Bedsy. I thought he looked awesome. But yeah, Sam Renzel, man. Like we've said it before, but it's like he's the best Blackhawks defenseman already. Like 7 games in, he has an assist tonight. He's been fantastic. He's already overtaken Vlasic and Artie for me. Like it's pretty clear. Like it's really not even like close for me.
Assist tonight and another 25-minute night from Sam Renzel. They're just playing the hell out of that kid. That's I don't think he's gonna play a single second in the AHL. I think that's your best defenseman coming into the season next year.
And like, how many of us would have expected it? Like, we probably thought of him as like a number 3 or a number 4. Like, he's our number 1, and that's not saying anything ill of Vlasic or Artie, right? They've been great too. Sucks up to see Kevin in there tonight, which it's a funny little story. When I saw Martinez's name in the lineup sheets at first, I was like, "What are we doing, man? Why are we giving this man reps?" It's like, oh, because he's retiring. Fair enough, but no, those 3 have been great, And yeah, Renzel, another good night for him. Been really impressed. That first career goal is coming, right? He's got 2 more games to make it happen. One of those 3, hopefully we'll see it. But yeah, he's been awesome.
Yeah, it was also after that first period, we're up 2-0, maybe feeling a little fortunate to be up 2-0 after at the first intermission. I think
2 goals of 4 shots after the first period.
Yeah, I think we were getting outshot 8-4. To be up 2-0 against Connor Hellebuck probably felt a little fortunate, but then to their credit, I was fully expecting this Blackhawks team to lay down and die in that second period, and I don't think they did. I think they answered back and looked pretty good for the start of that, and then obviously Winnipeg was able to come back and start scoring a couple of goals. But yeah, I don't know, man. Past couple games, seeing the team resemble somewhat of a 60-minute effort, right? Like, I feel like many times this season we've seen them for like have one period where they're just like completely shit the bed, and I don't think that happened tonight.
Yeah, like it was a pretty consistent effort, but like a 2-goal lead was never really going to get done against this Jets team.
Yeah.
Like it definitely felt like a collapse was inevitable. They had some opportunities up 2-0 there, where it's like where they could have made 3-0. They break through there. I think Nazer had a few chances, which he would bury a goal late in this game anyway, so he made up for it, right? But it's like there were some moments there where it's like, oh, if we could have buried that, make it 3-0, it'd be hard for them to come back. But fortunately, we weren't able to get that happen. And that first goal from Niederreiter sucked because it was like right at the end of the power play. Like they almost got through that kill. Maybe that could have been the difference, but he strikes right at the end of it. And then KFC, obviously answers the bell as well, who you seem to be slandering all night. He definitely heard you. So obviously going the third period tied there. But yeah, you could kind of feel it. Like they never felt safe, the Hawks lead tonight. Yeah.
I didn't slander Kyle Connor a single time tonight.
Yeah, you're totally capping over that. That was like half your dialogue there. It's like I was just screaming myself, man, don't say it. Because every time in these live streams you start, shitting on another team, they answer the bell. They take it personally. So it's like they're like listening to you guys on the benches or something. I don't know what they got going on over there, the video people, but it's like they know, man. They know.
Kyle Connor scored before I said anything about his neck size, to be fair.
To be fair.
Yeah. I started slandering him after the goal, so you can't blame that one on me, as I know chat loves blaming losses and goals and all sorts on me. But that wasn't it. Dude, I was just saying that I don't know if Kyle Connor, like, if I would really, blow the bank, if I would blow the bag on a guy like that. Just because I don't know if that's what this Blackhawks, like, forward group needs.
I mean, he is a perennial, like, consistent 40-plus goal guy. I think he's always kind of been underrated. Like, it's what they'll get that Jets team credit for. That is a guy who could kind of drive the ship, but we'll see if he can do it when it matters, though, because when it did matter, in the Four Nations, which you did bring up, he was a scratch. So it's like maybe that was more of a U.S. problem than a Kyle Connor problem, but it's like I see what you mean, though, where it's like he's a skill guy, but it's like, is that a guy you really want in the trenches like come playoff time?
Dude,
I see what you're saying.
I mean, how many times are we going to see this year after year? Like, these guys that are really prolific scorers, that are undersized finesse guys, they just get beat up in the postseason, man. They do. They get abused in the postseason. Because then it's like you need to play your top line, over 20 minutes a night. You're going up against guys like Jack Eichel or name any sort of two-way guy. You're just gonna get exposed in a 7-game series, and so it's just like Kyle Connor could be a really good player if he's like on the second line of a team. Like Kyle Connor needs to be supplementary scoring. Tassos is looking at me like I'm crazy. You are not going to win a Stanley Cup with Kyle Connor being your best player. Not going to happen. Sorry.
Kyle Connor is
Argue
not,
with the
Kyle
wall.
Connor is not their best player.
Okay.
Josh Morrissey.
Hellebuck.
Mark
Hellebuck's the best
Shifley.
player.
Mark Shifley and Connor Hellebuck.
But yeah, the Hellebuck. Yeah.
Mark Shifley and Connor Hellebuck are their best players.
Okay, you could maybe argue that, yeah, Mark Shifley's better than Kyle Connor. Maybe. Some people would disagree with you. Like, there are Winnipeg fans that would probably disagree with that.
Are we back to Jets talk? Okay, I said it on the stream. My thought on the Jets is that the teams that win the Stanley Cup have, and I'm going to do some research probably over the next little while of like teams that make the final and like a certain range of players, like their best player to like a certain tier. Yeah, I don't know. Like on Florida, like the forward core would look like Barkov and Kachuk all the way down to like Bennett, like wherever you put him down there, or like
even Rodriguez and Lundell and Listerainen. Dude, I mean, we're talking about different levels of depth between Lundell and Adam Lowry.
Yeah, well, no.
At this point in 2025, Lundell is a whole lot better of a hockey player than fucking Adam Lowry is.
Whole lot is a bit of a stretch.
I don't even know their numbers, but I bet it's not close.
I bet it's. You can research that while I talk, but yeah, no, I think Winnipeg doesn't have the true, like there's a certain level of player below the Connor Shifley that you need up front that they just don't have, if you're going to compete for the Stanley Cup. It's not even the defense for me. Like maybe like, I don't know, you got like Luke Shen back there, and him and Logan Stanley have been playing together, just behemoths. And I think that there's like a higher level than like Gabe Velarde and Alex Iafallo and
Yeah.
You
A lot
know.
of mid-tier players in between there. I think Perfetti could be another piece there in the top six. He's had a nice little breakout there. But it's like, I think for the Jets, though, it's like, you just got to show me. I think it's the fact that we haven't seen that. They had that Western Conference final run in like 2019, and they haven't, won around since then. So it's like, yes, this team on paper, the stats are better, right? And they look good. But it's like, you got to show me come playoff time, right? Until I take it seriously as a top contender.
Yeah.
Against teams that have been there, done that, that have won before. But no, to their credit, it's like, look, they win a game they should, barely. Obviously, the third period there, Josh Morrissey breaks it open for them, gives them the lead, and yeah, he's been a probably underrated piece somehow. It's like my last few years, he's been pretty dominant on that back end, and probably doesn't get his due enough in terms of top defense in the NHL. So he's obviously a big piece for them. Nemestikov, a good depth guy as well. So, and they have that. They do have good amount of depth pieces, but just some of that top end, it's like they need more of that in between type of player, I guess, that you mentioned. Yeah.
Lindell
And then
has,
obviously for the
Lindell has 8 more games played this year, but has 11 more points on the season. So
Then
I would take Lindell. There's Lowry's or 3C.
How many penalty minutes do they have?
oh my God, am I really going into Pims?
Dude, I'm just saying.
Anton Lindell?
I bet Adam Lowry's also chucked them quite a few times and is a lot more physical of a player.
Yeah, maybe potentially, but I'd say
Probably.
He's got 28 Pims.
Who?
Adam Lowry.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well,
probably would have thought more than that, but probably to bring this back to the Hawks. I feel like we've been doing more Jets talk than Hawks talk.
Oh, well.
maybe that's
the Jets stink. The Jets stink.
Well, the Jets are going to the playoffs. The Blackhawks.
We've talked a lot about the Blackhawks this season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's like, but yeah, it's like,
I guess it is Chicago Hockey Radio. To be fair,
yeah, Chicago Hockey Radio. This is our last home game. We've got a couple of games left. I think we'll have plenty of time to talk about the playoff teams in the playoffs. But yeah, I think Ryan Donato, right, ties the game back up. 31 goals on the year. How about that? Ryan Donato from Connor Bedard. That was nice. No, nice 1-T from Donato. He was taking lessons from Betsy there on the power play. This was such a moment, and it's like, I hate that it got ruined. Frank Nazar breaking the game open. What an absolute beauty of a goal. He was getting slandered by people in the chat saying he's not going to be an elite player in the NHL. Bunch of nonsense, bunch of malarkey. Watch the tape. Frank Nazar is going to be a special player. Look at the speed. Look at the talent. Gets chances every single night. Oh, he's not finishing. He's 20 years old. He's a rookie. He's played 50 games in the NHL. And look, when he starts bearing those chances, like you saw right there, right? He could have had multiple goals tonight, multiple, apples. Like, he was absolutely cooking. He's been the Hawks' probably best player consistently. At least, he's looked like it the last little while. He's going to be a great player in this league. I wish that goal could have stood. I wish that could have been the game winner. It sucks not to finish. Like, that's the part of this game that frustrates me. It's like, okay, you get the lead late, lock it down, right? Finish the game. And you just leaving guys open. I don't know if Foligno lost his guy there, from the fourth Jets goal for Morrissey, multi-goal game for Morrissey in the back end. There you go.
On that fourth goal for the Jets, though, they had us hemmed in our zone for like a minute 10 there. Like I know,
it's just frustrating.
It looked like a power play.
You have like 5 minutes left in the game. It's like, you just got to finish the deal, man. How many times have we seen this? It's like, but just a game you want to seal the deal, especially for guys like, big moments, right? For guys like Martinez and Maroon, you want to give those guys W's, send them off the right way. You love to see the kids produce, Nazar got production, Levshinov, Bedard, Renzel, Vlasic, like all these core guys are producing tonight. Oh, this would have been a perfect game to win, being the President's Trophy team. Nobody expecting it, last home game of the year, right? Just to give the fans something, in the offseason. But no, I think even though you don't win, obviously we talked about the shootout, still a positive game for the Hawks. I think in terms of a loss, this is about as good as you could expect. Multiple points from Bedsy, your future core, producing. It's a good game. It's a positive game despite not coming with the W. Yeah.
That Donato goal to tie it up was obviously very big. But Justin, is there a little piece of you that's bummed about it being 31-30 now? Because we had somebody in chat say that someone who's found, I don't know who it was, but someone who's found us not through Beehawks memes, because he referred to you as the person we do the regular show with, and I was like, whoa. That's crazy.
That's where you're gonna call me? Just the
yeah, right? Yeah, Justin took that personally.
Okay, dude. Okay. But yeah, that's cool. That's a good sign. That's good that we're getting people not, not from all walks of life, right? Not, it's not, not just Biok. So that's great. We welcome everybody here. That's awesome.
Justin just said that with his fist clenched underneath his desk.
You will refer to me as the master Biok memes, the legend, not just some guy.
Oh,
that's fair though.
Oh, he said your pal. I said. Okay.
Oh, your pal. Okay, yeah. Not just some guy. Okay, I'm super humble.
Justin Lynch, aka Lee's pal.
Normally, you're the pal.
I know.
Okay,
it's nice.
Sure.
It's nice to have the shoe on the other foot.
All right, can we wrap this up, fellas?
Transition away.
I'm hungry.
I want to give one more positive here. I know, it's 4 goals, 5 goals, whatever, but I thought Spencer Knight had a fantastic night. He made some huge stops.
Massive.
I think if you're a young goaltender who has a bright future, you see Connor Hellebuck across the crease, a Vezina winner, probably the best goal in the game. You don't think that motivates a guy like that, where it's like, I want to outdo him? It felt like even though it was a 5-4 game, it kind of still felt like a goalie battle at times. Both of them, they were making real stops. Hellebuck, has fair share of misses, but he definitely locked in after the 2-0. The rest of the game he was good. But yeah, Knight just so good. I don't think the goals were on him either. I think it was just the Jets creating quality looks and the Hawks sleeping there. But no, very good night for him. I think he's looked much better lately. Yeah.
No, I agree. Good final point. It did feel kind of like a goalie duel, even though there were a lot of goals scored.
More high scoring game, yeah, which you wouldn't expect against a team like the Jets, but yeah, one of those games for sure.
No,
and yeah, for the Hawks, sorry.
No. I was just going to say that it was, a lot of good opportunities in that one for both sides. And even though they both let in 4, it was felt like every couple minutes, it was like good save from this guy, good save from that guy. So fun to watch our knight in shining armor dueling the best goalie in the world. So.
You know what sucks though? With the Hawks going, past regulation there, they got 1 point, and the San Jose Sharks clinched the best draft lottery odds for the 2nd consecutive season. So, but I guess on the positive end, we don't finish last. It's kind of funny. We've been rebuilding these past few years. We never finished last in the National. So that's something to leave with, right? And on deck Monday, oh my goodness, man. Artie versus Ivan. Levchinov versus Demidov. That Hawks Twitter is going to be a civil war, man, and we'll get to that Monday. We'll have plenty of time in the Monday show to break that down. But that's all I got for this game. Yeah.
I'm sure that point about us never finishing last in the National is probably what Kyle Davidson's bringing up in his next meeting with the Blackhawks owners. Anyway, thank you guys so much for coming.
Wait.
We love the Blackhawks owners, by the way. Great ownership.
We do.
So big hockey games going on right now.
Vancouver
is up 1-0 on the Minnesota Wild, and the Seattle Kraken are up 1-0 on the St. Louis Blues. Both in their 81st game of the season. They both have 93 points, too. They both have 43 wins and 30 losses and 7 OT losses. Same exact record.
How about that Mitch Marner OT winner for the Leafs?
Awesome.
Hopefully one of his last goals in a Leafs sweater. Yeah.
Awesome.
Is Calgary knocking on the door?
So that was why I brought this up. The Calgary Flames, everybody, are knocking on the door. They're knocking on the door.
You sweating over there?
Do you work tomorrow, Lee?
I'm getting off this stream. I'll talk to you guys later.
Do you work tomorrow?
Thank you guys so much for listening. And
No, wait. Do you work tomorrow?
Yes, I do. In the morning.
In the morning?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'm not streaming a Calgary Flames regular season game.
Dude.
Oh, well, we don't have anything scheduled tomorrow.
Tomorrow is going to be like our one fringe.
If they win, they are 1 point out. With still a game in hand. They'll have 2 games in hand after tonight.
Oh, you thought it was over. You were getting cocky over there.
And they play the Sharks tomorrow. They play the Sharks tomorrow.
The Calgary Flames. You
yes.
want me to stream a Calgary Flames San Jose Sharks regular season matchup?
Absolute cinema. Absolute cinema. Might be the one day I cheer for Macklin Celebrini.
Tomorrow is literally the one day over the next...
you don't want to cheer for Macklin Celebrini. You want the Flames to win.
Oh, wait, yeah, I do want the Flames to win. No, fuck Macklin. Yeah, what am I talking about?
Dude, tomorrow is like the one day between the past week and then the next month and a half. One of the very few fringe kind of off days we have here at CHR. There's no way your ass is getting me to come in here
streaming a Calgary Flames game.
No.
I mean,
no days off.
I mean, you better hope they lose that game, Lee.
Yeah, I kind of hope they win it just to make things interesting. Why not?
Dude,
okay. Yeah.
we're on. Also, Mount Rushmore talk. We need to talk about
Oh my god.
the voting at some point.
I
here.
win. Y'all are just coping over there. You're sick of losing to me. I never lose. I'm just like Ian Hawk.
So
you
Oh,
know,
wait,
you know,
did
never
guys
loses
see-
too.
Did you guys
Western
see how
Michigan.
many comments? There were like several comments saying that I won.
Well, you did it though, so yeah. Why didn't they vote for you?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
B
Western
Hawks
Michigan
memes.
won though.
All right.
Boston University eliminated.
1,000 followers on Instagram.
Okay, then we will. So okay, here are my thoughts. Here are my thoughts to make this even. We pre-record a bunch of Mount Rushmores, put them out to the public. Is team 1, team 2, team 3, team 4, and we will. I don't know. We'll need to make a committee of sorts of applying rules and deducting points if players are playing outside the boundaries of because I don't think anybody wants to do a 24-hour live stream, and right now I am pegged to do it after one day and I refuse to do it. So we will. I need lead to lose. I need lead to lose.
Lead.
But if there are 4 playing field, like right now, Justin, as long as we keep putting your name on it, you're gonna win every single time. So we need to make this more of a fair thing. So you're another like player in the field. Maybe you don't lose, but you're not gonna. It's not.
You
just,
guys are tweaking. Literally everyone hates me. I'm not going to win any of these. I will be the one to stream.
I finished last in the first one.
Well, yeah, because I made better picks than you, but that's not going to happen every single time.
It's one of your picks for sounds.
Yeah. One of your picks was nothing, dude. That was awful.
You saw how many comments were like Lee wins
It
because
was because I didn't comment that quick enough. I should have commented that quicker.
Yeah, that's why you lost.
But also, I don't know. We'll have to talk about it for Monday's show, because Monday's show, I don't know what we're going to do. Because if we're pre-recording them, you have to put out the poll like maybe the night before. You know what I'm saying? Like you put it out the night before, and then like by the time you get to it in the show, like that's when you stop it. I don't know. And then you have the rest of the show to know who won.
I need to go drink with my siblings.
Y'all don't want to get some Aiden Thompson ELC talk. Hopefully it brings David Carl with him from Denver, right? Hopefully that's in the contract there. Boston University lost
so
to.
disappointed.
Hey, by the way, Common Lee W, who picked Western Michigan. Shout out to Kalamazoo. Shout out to my Broncos, baby.
When did you pick Western Michigan? Tonight?
No, on the last show when we talked about who are we picking to win the final, and you guys both picked BU.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, Ryan Green's going to be a Blackhawk soon. He's going to make his debut there. Looking forward to that.
That celebration was like you picked them from the beginning of the tournament.
I did. Did I
Yeah,
say I picked
you had a
them?
1 in 4
Did I
chance.
say I picked them from the beginning of the
You
tournament?
just said you picked them. I don't know.
No,
dude. I didn't know what
I
you
just
meant.
referred to them as my Western Michigan Broncos.
You're a Western Michigan.
I've been to
Broncos.
Kalamazoo. Have you guys been to Kalamazoo?
Yeah.
We've all been to Kalamazoo, buddy.
All right.
Acting like he owns Kalamazoo.
I am. They do call me Mr. Kalamazoo. All right. Thank you guys so much for listening and hanging out with us. If you were here for the live stream tonight, we appreciate you. If you were just here for the post game, we appreciate you too. Please be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you have not yet, and hit that notification bell. It really, really, really means a lot to us. Same thing as following the Instagram. We're at 1420 followers on Instagram, which is crazy. Follow the TikTok and the Twitter, less important, but I appreciate those things. Please give us reviews and 5-star ratings on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. All that stuff helps the show grow immensely, and I know a lot of you have already done that. So those who have, we greatly appreciate you. And those who have not, do it right now. I swear to God, do it right now. Thank you guys so much for listening. We will be back for our show on Monday morning, and we are going to be live streaming the final 2 games of the season against the Montreal Canadiens and the Ottawa Senators on Monday, Tuesday. So yes, we will see you then. Did I miss anything?
Tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
See everybody then.